I'm sorry, guys. How's everybody doing? I was just crying. Weeping, actually.
How's it going today, everybody? You may know about Shanny for Christ and Rev's recent breakup, but you may not know all the details. So here in today's video, that's what I'm going to be doing my best to fill in all the blanks for you guys. Since this has been going on for almost a month at this point, and it's only gotten crazier as time has went on. But to say there wasn't signs leading up to this would be an absolute understatement. To start off this story, I need to tell you guys about one of the main things that started off this argument between Rev and Shanny, and that was a message that one of Shanny's sons left under Rev's YouTube channel, basically stating that Rev and Shanny never really cared for him and that he is now in a loving foster home and has no plans of contacting or being in the life of Shanny or Rev ever again, and especially because Shanny chose Rev over her sons, and William is very upset about that, reasonably so he decides to move on with his life. Shanny for Christ does the complete opposite and decides to start slandering William every single day on live stream, and when I say every single day, it was almost 24-hour streams on the daily. And it wasn't just Shanny for Christ talking crap about her son, which is bad enough, it was her doing her best to ruin her own son's reputation because she was upset at him, and this continued on for over a month. And it's really important for you guys to know that Rev at the time was a caretaker for Shanny. He was getting paid by a company to take care of her, and this was really good for Rev because, well, he was basically doing it anyways, so now he's actually making a little bit of money on the side of this. But when the beef started with Shanny and her son, and don't get it mistaken, Rev was also doing his fair share of slandering his own stepchild. Well, I'm not sure if it'd be considered a stepchild, but Rev was in his life for almost a decade by that point. Still yet, Rev did his fair share of going against William himself, and this led to thousands of phone calls to Rev's company, eventually getting him fired, and that left Shanny and Rev with absolutely no income, and they were now having to beg online some more, and now they were begging online even more than usual. And as these events were unfolding, Rev would begin to start showing changes. He would be doing these night streams away from Shanny for Christ, where he would be dressing up as his AI girlfriend character named Kitty Dooms, and it started off a couple of videos here and there to almost every single night Rev was playing this character, slowly getting lost into the AI girlfriend that he was creating. And to most people watching, it was apparent that something was wrong here, apparent to everyone except for Shanny for Christ, because as long as Shanny for Christ was being cleaned and she had her snacks, she could care less what Rev is up to. That was until around Thanksgiving time, with the money being tighter than it has in a long time, they wasn't able to get Thanksgiving dinner, and this led to an absolutely chaotic meltdown from the both of them, getting us to where we're at in the story right now, with Shanny for Christ denying Rev any drinks, any food, and demanding him to live upstairs as they slowly start to turn on one another.
He named the Discord Jason's Angels. What the f*** is wrong with him? Yeah. He drank up all the soda. I only had like 4 cans since he's been here. 4. Like, do you appreciate anything I do, or do you have to trash everything I do? Yeah, he probably hid them. No, those sodas were gifted to me, and he took advantage of that. Yeah, the fridge don't look like it was when I was taking care of it. It had food in it. He's already binged. Always leaving me the messes to clean up. Be it, you know, his reputation or something. Never thinking about me. No, I need to know that I'm desired. You were. No wonder he was like, can I get you a drink? He didn't want me to see. He didn't want me to see how much he binged on the f***ing food. And on the soda. He wants to make it that it was me who did it. I know everyone knew the f***ing Diet Cokes were mine. And the food in here. They were given to me, not him, and he takes without even asking. I deserve this, don't you think? I deserve this. You know what? Hey, Jason, what happened to all the soda? Nothing. He says nothing. What happened to all the sodas? They're all gone. Uh-huh. You did it. No, I had 4. My trash can says differently. Leave me alone.
As Rev fell further and further into the Kitty Dooms character, it became more apparent that he was done with this relationship with Shanny. There were definitely signs leading up to this that this was going to be the case, with Rev starting to show himself a little bit more, if you can catch my drift. Rev began flirting on the camera more often, and when any woman would come into his chat, or at least anyone who said they was a woman, Rev would immediately begin flirting with them. He was even floating around the idea of opening up an OF account, mainly because, or at least these are his words, because money was getting tight and he could make a lot of money on it because he was a very pretty girl. And this is what I at least believe, that people began to notice this and decided they were going to take advantage of Rev's mood at the moment, or at least the way he's acting, and begin flirting back with him. That's around the time the Discord channel Rev's Angels opened up. He would begin texting multiple women on the daily on this Discord account, making Shanny for Christ super jealous. That was until he met one that he absolutely fell head over heels in love with, and that was Ezzy, a girl who was apparently perfect for Rev. She was so perfect, it began to break the hold that Shanny had over Rev. One of the main things Shanny always did was gather food and drinks and hoard them to herself. One of the main examples is when Rev was eating a very hot chip for $25 or around that amount, and Shanny for Christ had a bunch of pops sitting behind her. Now, I don't think pops help very much with spice, but it would be relieving to have a drink at least, because in the house they had absolutely none. But even though Rev ate that chip for money for both of them, Rev wasn't allowed to have a drink. He had to run to the freezer. Well, excuse me, he demanded one of the kids run to the freezer and give him a popsicle, which he then proceeded to eat multiple popsicles as Shanny sit there and watch the entire thing. It's something Shanny is very fond of doing whenever she wants to punish Rev, and Ezzy somehow broke this hold on her, so now he's able to eat as he pleases. And it's kinda telling when Shanny said when she was in control of the refrigerator, I've never heard of someone being in control of the refrigerator, there was more food in it, and that's most likely because Rev wasn't eating as much, or allowed to eat at all. But that didn't stop Shanny for Christ getting on Rev's nerves basically all day, so Rev decided he was going to go to rehab. Now, I don't really know if it's confirmed he actually went to rehab, but whether he did or he didn't, he was gone for at least 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. And when he returned, even though he was in a relationship with this Ezzy girl now, he would get back with Shanny for Christ a couple of times throughout the day. This would cause Ezzy to break up with Rev, absolutely shattering him. Rev would spend the next couple of days begging Ezzy to get back with him, even making a video hyperventilating in the middle of the night, begging someone to come get him even though Rev has no friends and all of these people he's talking to are actually catfishes. So no one was ever going to come. The only person that could hear it is Shanny for Christ, where she probably enjoyed every single minute of it.
You're just a person in my uncle's house. That's what you are. Shanny is just a person in my uncle's house, guys. She is not my wife. She never was my wife on paper, ever.
Shut up, Rev.
Sorry about that, Ezzy. It was fun.
Yeah, exactly, Specs. What woman would see you treat someone you spent so long with awfully and still want you? Yeah, exactly.
Because some people's perspective is different on what's gone on. That's why.
I am the force in the relationship, ain't I? The word, but negates an apology, Jason. Yeah, exactly. He'll never truly apologize to me or feel any wrong with how he treated me. He never will.
Well, I mean, I've already admitted I've made mistakes. I have. Yes, I have. And I'm sorry for those mistakes. I don't think I should have ran from the situation in the first place.
The short of him hiding upstairs last night, fake shaking, guys, I need your help, was pathetic. Oh my God, he did that.
I wasn't fake shaking. I was really shaking. For real. I will be losing weight, guys, because she's treating everything like her food in here, so I am going to lose weight. Some of you know that. And wanted to send me a DoorDash. I got that in the email. Thank you for that.
No, it's not my problem anymore. I cleaned up his mess. Again.
She told me all about what you were doing.
I know. It's so horrible that I was cleaning the house.
No. You were trying to slander me at the same time.
How was I slandering you?
No, she told me everything you said.
How am I slandering you when I'm pulling out booze bottles and beer bottles out of the bottom?
A long time ago.
Oh.
And you're making it seem like it was like recent.
Oh, sure. Sure. I believe you.
I don't care. I don't care. Everybody
No,
knows
I didn't destroy Nikons.
Yeah,
it was probably stolen merchandise.
Everybody knows you're a liar, so.
Everybody knows I'm a liar, huh?
Yes. They
okay.
Do. They do. They do, huh?
Oh, he probably has a lot of stash spots audio. Probably a buddy's house, too, or something like that.
I told people the truth, and I told you the truth. I can't drink anymore because it gives me a headache. That's the truth. I wouldn't lie at that. I can't drink it anymore.
You were drunk in Natty Daddy's the other night.
That's correct, and it gave me a massive headache, and I stopped drinking them. I didn't buy another one. They're gross. I can't do it anymore. It sucks. I wish I could drink. I can't. I can't drink anymore. Massive headaches.
That's right, Bobby. You should pick me up and we should go out on a date.
Yes, do that.
Be crying.
No, I wouldn't. Go have fun. I would not cry. If you go out on a date and have fun, are you kidding me? Why would I cry? I want you to live. Because you don't know what happened in that room with Zach. Nobody does, except me and Zach.
Well, thanks for admitting it.
I didn't do anything that they say I did. It's not accurate at all. And the cops knew that. But they had to get me out of the house because he thinks that situation that way. And it's hence I went to jail. Simple as that. I should have called my uncle. I wouldn't have went to jail if I called Tommy, but I didn't want to bother him with it. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Jesus Christ. I'm okay with her. Oh my God. Thank you.
Enjoy your catfish and some more.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, Lord, you're so good. I promise to not waste this. I promise not to waste this, Lord. Thank you. Oh my God. Praise the Lord in heaven. Oh my God, have a party. He listen to your prayers. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I am getting on my knees. Thank you, Lord Jesus in heaven.
Thank you, Jesus, that I'm cheating on my wife. Thank you.
I will not waste this opportunity, Lord. Thank you. Oh my God, yes. Thank you. Oh, I'm shaking like a leaf.
He's shaking like a leaf because men shake like leaves. Yeah, he used to gawk at the teenagers at the grocery store and then come home and tell me how hot they
I
are.
didn't gawk them, and I didn't tell you how hot they are. I told you what I did. I said to her, honey, I could be your father 10 times over.
As you just heard in one of the previous clips, Rev was able to get back with his girlfriend really fast for what he did with Shanny just a few moments ago, almost like they was watching and knew this would make Shanny for Christ insanely jealous, and make her jealous it did, because now Shanny is beginning to flirt with other men in her chat. Even though Shanny knows that Rev is most likely talking to a catfish, she would begin talking to one as well. It was a man claiming to have Viking heritage. No, his name wasn't Chance, but it was a man claiming Viking heritage, and he was going to sweep Shanny off of her feet and show her the good life, just like Rev had promised her long ago. And it was around this time the arguments that Shanny and Rev were getting in were growing in hostility. You can see Shanny getting more mad at Rev, and Rev demanding for her to leave the house more and more, especially because he thinks he has a new girlfriend coming there very soon. And now that Shanny is starting to think that she might actually have to leave this house, she is no longer protecting Rev. The stories that they tell about one another increase in how bad they are. Rev is no longer the good guy who didn't touch Zach. It was all a mistake. Now, in Shanny's world, Rev did do it, and it was far more heinous than they even let on. And now Rev is accusing Shanny of spending all of his bail money from the same incident on Delta 8. But now since they're arguing with one another, the truth is starting to come out.
Yes, my kids hate me. I get it. Now stop spamming my channel.
Yeah, they do hate you. Because you chose a guy over them. And that's bad. Your health coordinator wanted you to get a woman's shelter right now. And she's right. You'd be protected.
Oh, you want to hear the story about the $4,000 ring? So we go into the store to get it. He doesn't even propose to me. He doesn't do anything. And he's just kind of shrugs it off the whole time and made me cry afterwards. Absolutely no romance. And I just felt so alone.
Yeah.
No, I'm not leaving in a snowstorm. I'm not that dumb. And I don't want to put anyone at risk either.
You could be in a really good shelter right now. That would take care of you and protect you.
Do you not realize what's going on outside?
I know.
Why would I want to put anyone in danger?
What happened?
I don't know. People drive to get to places. And it's really not a good thing to drive during a snowstorm. It's my f***ing pallet.
I don't give a shit. I'm taking it.
You don't give a shit, you're taking it. So you're admitting to stealing now?
No, you gave it to me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Why would I give you my makeup when I hate you doing drag?
Because you said I could have it.
Oh, you're so full of shit. I know he's trying to get people to call the cops on me.
Because I have my one true love, and she's it.
He said he feels like he's being threatened by me sitting here. I'm so threatening. Ooh, call the cops. She's threatening me.
I'm going after Ezzy's heart.
Her heart doesn't belong to you.
Yes, it does, actually. She gave it to me over 3 years of watching me.
I gave it to you over 8 years of being with you.
Whatever.
And you throw that away
You
like
never
it's nothing.
liked me.
Or maybe that's something in your
You
head.
didn't like who I really was. You said it yourself. You presented a fake you on YouTube. That's what you said. You're right.
So you're
Not
a
true.
liar.
No, I believe in Jesus, but I am not that perfect. that I present.
But yet you lie.
No, I don't
and not
lie.
show who you
I don't
really
lie.
are. That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It's a lie to
I
lead
was
someone
putting
to
on
believe someone who
clean content for Christians.
Yeah. And now you're turned into this.
Yeah, and this. You made it. You should love it. You made it. You got that? Here, you know.
Obviously you
I know
are.
it. Yeah, it's Jack Torrance, okay?
Yeah.
Yep. I love you, Wendy. Wendy, I love you. Okay?
Thank you guys for the Merry Christmases.
Look, it's over. What I was building with this girl, which was beautiful, is destroyed. So it's fine. You know, I did it myself again. I gotta learn these rules. I gotta learn. And I'm gonna learn from all of the stuff I'm going through. I'm gonna learn how not to fuck next time, whatever it is.
Oh, I don't need to tell him that.
Yeah.
He's been telling me how much he loves me all day.
Not like that. There's a memory that will always be there. Yeah. But that's it. I told you, when I said it, I meant it. I no longer want a relationship with you.
Okay.
You said, understanding that we're not together. I'm sorry. To the females, I'd really love to. I flirted with this girl. I put all my energy into her. And that just got smashed apart in 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. No. However long that was. From that time, I made the wasn't the Twiggy Ramirez looking video. It was the one where I flipped you off and said, call me. That one. From that day, because that's when she emailed me when she saw that. From that day to now is as long as we had together on a thing. And then I smashed it apart with my own stupidity.
Oh, I know he treats me like shit.
Yeah. You never valued me either.
Oh, I valued you very much until you started talking to other women.
Right, that's why you always were the one to be the one to defend me, right? I was not the one defending you, right? Yeah, okay. You constantly slandered me on the internet.
Okay, whatever you say, dear.
Since before we were even together.
So there's two things I want you guys to take away from the last segment that you just watched. One is that this is around the last time that Shanny for Christ and Rev were ever sitting in the same room together. Things get far worse coming up because it gets to the point where the cops are coming 24/7. Rev is no longer allowed downstairs and he is confined to the upstairs area because he believed that Shanny for Christ couldn't walk up them, so he was safe up there. He'll come to figure out that's not true at all, but we have to get there first. So around this time for sure, Shanny thought she was still going to be able to weasel into Rev's good graces. But it wouldn't take long for Shanny's own actions to completely ruin that. Just a little spoiler alert, Rev would be crying his eyes out when Shanny would eventually get evicted. So there's definitely a good chance Rev was planning on forgiving Shanny if these catfish girlfriends didn't work out for him. And speaking of catfishes, mainly Ezzy, did you guys notice that they had broken up once again? Is that not a telltale sign that potentially maybe Ezzy isn't a real person? Ezzy constantly throughout this relationship would string Rev along. Whenever she felt it was time, she would break up with them. Normally it was because of Rev's own actions and she saw an opportunity, or at least I believe so. Strategically, while on live stream, she would get back together with him, and currently Rev still thinks Ezzy is going to come save him, but I'm pretty sure, probably right along with you guys, that's not going to happen.
He's projecting by calling you delusional.
No, she is delusional. It's clear that she's delusional, guys, and you're just going to enable that. I know. The psychosis. Go for it. You know, have fun.
I keep trying to tell him, he doesn't listen to me.
Have fun manipulating her, you know, because, I mean, it could be fun, I guess, if you're into manipulating people. I ain't. I don't like...
I'm not manipulating nobody.
I didn't say you were manipulating. They're manipulating you.
How?
With your enabling your stupidity. But the people that are real... that
enabling my stupidity?
Yes. But the people that come in that are telling the truth, you block. So
wow.
You block people that are telling the truth, so...
Yeah, you should have gone with your AI girlfriend.
I know. I tried to.
I know, too bad she's AI.
She ain't AI at all, and it's too bad that she wasn't AI, because I would go into a mainframe and f the shit out of her, instead of being around you, that's for sure. But she's very real, and she's too good for me.
Yeah, why didn't she pick him up from the rehab?
That was a good idea. And I just didn't think of it. And I couldn't get her number again, because I didn't keep the paper with her name on it, because I thought I was going to have the notebook with her number in it. And I threw the number out, and then my phone was at 0%, so I couldn't get her number again.
Sometimes exposure is key. He was in the kitchen stealing more of my food and drinks. And then he comes over, Shannon, hun, baby, I think we need civility. I think we can only work this out if we had civility. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
You see what I fucking mean? He's doing the I care for you Shannon fucking routine again. Dude is trying to get me in bed again. Narcissists, they don't like to respect boundaries. They like to push boundaries.
Rev was right about one thing, and that was the fact that Shanny's chat was manipulating her. Well, some of them were. A lot of people were telling her the right thing to do, but she would refuse to listen to them and only listen to the people that she cared to. But Rev was missing one fact of it. His chat was doing the same thing, because when Shanny was live streaming, Rev was also live streaming, or he would wait till she went to sleep and then start up his own live stream where he'd also play music very loud, most likely just to get Shanny mad, potentially, dance around and play his Kitty Dooms character to his fan base, or I don't really know if it's a fan base. I guess it's better to call them his viewer base. All while they attempt to see how far they can push Rev into messing with Shanny. But just like Shanny was able to realize Rev was getting catfished and he couldn't, this is kind of like the opposite of one another. But still yet, this was a fairly normal fight for Shanny and Rev. For most couples, this is like you've been broke up for a very long time after the first argument. But they've had some very big blowout fights, so this isn't very new to be her boyfriend. And Shanny wasn't having any of that. Shanny wants somebody who's going to care for her every whim. She's not going to listen to nobody else. That's why Rev and her were perfect for one another. Rev is going to bend and fold to whatever Shanny has to say, and it was really surprising to see him hold out this long. But that didn't stop Shanny from trying her best. She would accuse Rev of trying to sneak peeks of her in the shower, accusing Rev of still flirting with her when the cameras were off and trying to get back with her. Now, that could be true, and that could be the reason Rev was softening up on her that one day. Or there's also the possibility that Rev wanted to end this smoothly as possible for a day and try not to argue with her all night, but that would shortly change. Shanny had begun to grow tired of Rev taking all of her sodas in the middle of the night and occasionally screaming warts as loud as he possibly could throughout the hallways. That was driving her crazy, and she was gonna let Rev know about it. Or at least her protector was, and to be honest with you guys, I think this was the beginning of the end. I think Rev and Shanny could have got back together, and to be for real, they might get back together, but even if they do, their lives will be absolutely changed from here on out because of the actions you're about to see play out.
When I black out, you're not gonna like what happens, because I can't control myself.
Don't talk to me.
You need to realize you're pushing me to a blackout. Yes, I can know what is happening to my body before I black out. Yes, I know when I'm almost there at the edge. He needs to leave me the alone. I am leaving him the alone. Why doesn't he leave me the alone? And be smart for once, instead of having 5 days of goddamn torture of someone trying to antagonize me to a goddamn blackout. Don't come near me. Do not come near me. I am telling you, do not come near me. You better not come near me. Do not come near me. I repeat, do not come near me.
I'm not coming anywhere near you. I don't want anything to do with you.
Leave me alone. Don't yell at me. Don't. I've had enough. My body has had enough. My protector will have control if you don't stop this shit. I know what happens beforehand, okay? I need to be left alone. I want to be left alone. I deserve to be left alone. I deserve to have my goddamn peace for one goddamn day. There's no humanity in that, man. I woke up this morning and my hip was so swollen and I'm just trying to get up to get to the bathroom, right? And I couldn't do it, and I asked him to help me, and he said, call the ambulance, and all I had to do was go to the bathroom. And I was just screaming and yelling to get there. Just because he doesn't want to be like a human, like, I just needed help to get up.
And he didn't want to even help me to get up. And he knows all the problems I have, but he's telling other people that I'm faking the problems. And it's like, you've seen my medical papers. You know I need someone to help me. You are my own caretaker, for God's sakes.
I'm not your caretaker.
And he just won't do anything to just have a little bit of humanity to me through anything.
I am not your caretaker.
And they think they can put me on this one weird dude. He thought he could put me on a point system of how he'd like me, and he gave me like 2 messages, and I'm like, oh, I don't need someone like you in life. Like, I don't want games. I just want real, right? And he can't be a good Samaritan, can he? To his own life of 8 years. He can't even do that. He can't even do that. He can't do anything to help someone
I'm
out.
not coming anywhere near
The
you.
only thing he wants to help out is himself and his. And when he finds out that woman isn't who he thought she was, good.
I know exactly who she is.
Good. He doesn't do anything any day. He doesn't do anything. He just sits upstairs talking to Wookie. You don't know real stress. You don't know how to have a job. You don't know how to care yourself. You always had women taking care of you your whole goddamn life, and you still do have women taking care of you. He don't care. He just strung me along for 8 years, pretending that he cared and loved me. Just so he can be upstairs and say, you know how many women hit me and how good looking they are? Why would I ever choose her? I don't know. Why did you ever choose me to begin with? Why'd you waste my 8 years thrown apart and just be used as some replaceable? Because that's how you think of women, replaceable.
After the Blackout stream, things completely changed in that household. Rev was actually scared for his life at that point. He would begin hoarding everything he possibly could in that room and spend his entire day talking to the chat. Shanny would go on to claim that Rev didn't shower for 8 days after this point because he said he was terrified to walk down there. Shanny outweighs him, and in most of their other altercations, Shanny was the one who came out the victor. And I don't want to forget to mention that this is also another thing wrong with Shanny that she brings up out of nowhere. Now, I could be mistaken, but I don't remember in the past Shanny bringing up that she has a protector or anything like that. Normally, she just goes at Rev with reckless abandon, and who cares about the aftermath? And following this event that completely shook Rev to the core, there's 2 things that could have happened the following day. Shanny woke up with serious hip pain. She couldn't get up off the couch, and she was begging Rev to help her. But after what had happened the previous day, Rev was not having it anymore. He was telling her to call the ambulance because he thought that was a good way to get her out of the house. Most likely because he was planning on locking the door and not letting her back in. Now, I also believe this could have been a sympathy bait just to test the waters on where he's at, because Shanny probably knew it was about over at this time. It's so back and forth that you could say that through a lot of the moments throughout this breakup, but for sure this was the ending. He was allowing more and more troll influence to take a hold of him.
Are you sure you want to push me? Are you sure you really want to push me today? You leave me alone. Stop going purposely at the door to try to antagonize me, buddy. You better step away and not antagonize me. Because I'm already at the edge, Jason. Stop trying to antagonize me. Pushes me far enough, I'm not going to even care if I catch a charge. I ain't even going to care. Because I'll be somewhere else in my mind. Yeah, it's been 8 days since he took a shower. You ever gonna take a shower? It's been 8 days, Jason. And everyone online is counting how many days you've gone without a shower. No, that's because you like being gross. 8 days of no shower, and he's blaming it on me. You telling me you can't blame me for not taking a shower. Look at this nice Killer Instinct jacket that he spent $6,000 for. Look at that.
It's on. It's Wi-Fi.
Look at that nice jacket you have. It's mine now. You steal everything of mine. You know, I was nice. I didn't destroy anything of yours. But you You decide to consensually do it to me when I did nothing to you. Yoshi Pillow is a lie. There, you have your Yoshi now. He's lost some weight. Don't come near me. Don't come near me. Do not come near me. Do not come near me. Get out of my stuff. Get out of my stuff. You're taking my mic?
No.
Give me my stuff. You're taking my stuff.
I want a pair of headphones for tonight. You'll get it back in the morning.
I better get my... No, I want my clothes too.
I don't have...
Clone, turn off the light. You turn... Oh my God, you piece of content. You still are my... I'm done. You're done. You still own it. Turn off the light. Won't let me sleep. Done. I hate you. I hate you. Give me that now. Give me my clothes. Give me back any of your clothes. I don't have any clothes. I don't have any of your clothes. Look. This is my stuff. Give me my clothes. Go ahead. Give me my goddamn clothes. Take it. Go ahead. I'm done with you stealing everything about me. I want my clothes. Go ahead. I don't have any of your clothes. No, you don't have permission. I just want you to your headphones. No, you don't have permission.
Okay. Fine.
Of anything of mine.
I won't be there.
Yeah, don't take my clothes. Or anything.
All right, fine.
Or I will continue to come up and destroy your... Get me off camera. Get me off camera. Get me off camera. Get me off camera. Off camera. Leave me alone. Close the goddamn door. Don't bother me anymore. Get away from me. You got that? Go downstairs. Dude, you gotta do the controlling. Go downstairs. Oh, you don't like it when I'm upstairs? Go downstairs. Why is it you don't like me upstairs?
Because I'm supposed to be upstairs. You're supposed to be downstairs.
Oh, but yet you keep coming down and bothering my ass.
Okay? I want to go down.
One more goddamn try.
All right, fine. I'm going down.
Yeah, you better.
I am done. I am done with him stealing my god.
I barely have any clothes now.
Ran when he saw me. You can have it, you can have it, you can have it. Yeah. You're right.
We're at the point in the story where there is no coming back from it. Rev and Shanny's relationship were done at this point. The cops had been there at least 2 or 3 times where they're telling Shanny and Rev, hey, you guys have got to stop being children. And Shanny, while the cops are there, is trying to play the good guy. She's saying, oh, I'm so sorry about Rev. He's drinking. I'm sorry he's a drunk. Don't worry about it. I'm doing my best to get out of here. Look, I've got my box right here. I'm packing things up, which, guys, she had been packing that single box for days at that point, but she was telling the cops she was going to be out of there soon. In my honest opinion, I don't believe she was planning on leaving at all, and it doesn't make much sense that she would continue to make Rev mad when she knows that's Rev's uncle's house. If anyone was going to get kicked out, it was going to be her, but for some reason she continued to go at Rev as much as possible, and Rev wasn't backing down either. The cops had told each other to stay in their separate parts of the house. Rev can stay on the second story and Shanny can stay on the first story, but neither of them was really following that rule. Anytime someone would get on chat with Rev and say, hey, I want you to do this, especially if there was a woman who was flirting with them, which that was happening basically every single day. There were multiple women getting on live stream with Rev and being very flirtatious with him, and that's saying the least of it. Conning him into taking more of Shanny's stuff, demanding more things from Shanny, and this was pushing her to the brink, but no more than when Rev decided he was going to go up into the attic and shut the power off on Shanny. This caused the cops to come again because Shanny claimed that it was against the law for a person going through what she is to have no power or for it to be turned off, even though I also think it's against the law for the toilet not to work, even though that hasn't been functioning for like a very long time, and she hasn't been too concerned about it as long as Rev is dumping the poop bucket out. Oh, and since we're already on that topic, let's not forget, Shanny is also very upset because she has to empty the poop bucket out now herself. But back to the subject at hand. After turning the power off, Rev would quickly turn it back on because he knew he didn't want to deal with the wrath of Shanny. And little did he know, very soon he would be dealing with that no matter what, because the power power being off pushed Shanny to the edge, and this caused her to storm upstairs, something Rev didn't think Shanny was capable of, and Shanny for a very long time has been telling everyone that she is not capable of walking up them steps. But in a burst of rage, Shanny got up there fast, you could hear it, and as soon as she got up the steps, she found a mug and slung it in Rev's direction, breaking against the wall, and then she positioned herself on the bed where Rev didn't really have an escape route. He could have walked past her, but that was taking a risk, and Rev wasn't going to do that. She would sit up there and make demands of Rev, and he would give in very fast. He wasn't going to deal with Shanny much longer. He knew if Shanny could get up those steps, she was capable of far more, and he wasn't going to test it. After yelling at him for a little bit, Shanny gets up and goes back down the steps. You can hear how heavy she's breathing after she gets done. So I guess all along, it was like most people figured. Shanny could get up the steps, she just didn't want to. And after getting back downstairs, Shanny would sit there and talk to her chat like nothing had happened, like she wasn't the main aggressor in that situation, telling everyone that Rev had pushed her to that point, and it was just a burst of adrenaline that got her up the stairs. Well, at first she was claiming that she didn't run up the stairs, she crawled up them, but there is no way Shanny was able to crawl up those stairs that fast. She definitely ran, and if you had Rev's perspective, even though I'm not going to show it to you guys because Shanny is barely wearing any clothes during it, and I don't want to do that to you guys, but she got up there very fast, no chance of crawling. But either way, while she was sitting there trying to manipulate her chat just like she used to do Rev, she had been notified that she had left markings all over Rev's bed. Just use your imagination a little bit, or well, I don't suggest to, but you probably get what I'm putting down. And instead of being disgusted or horrified at what she had just done, or even remotely embarrassed, she was proud of what she did, saying that's the last piece of her that Rev will ever get.
I'm not supposed to defend myself? If he can take I can take my back. If he can come down here and do whatever he wants, why can't I do it too? He won't leave me alone. Come in. The screen door's locked. I can't come in. I'm not wearing any pants. Can you open the door, Jason, like a good boy? He's refusing to open the door. I don't have any pants on. I have evidence of him turning on the lights. You, Shannon, I won't let him sleep. He won't leave me alone.
I hear you. That's not criminal.
Well, what was criminal on me? Other than him coming down and why can't I get my...
Pushing him?
I didn't push him.
Whatever's on my video?
I didn't push him.
You smashed. You went upstairs. And you smashed the thing, right?
What thing?
The cup.
What cup?
The ceramic. I don't know what it is. It's a cup.
I don't remember doing that.
Whatever you smash something.
I don't remember doing that. I was trying to get... Because my headphones and my shirt that he stole. He keeps coming down and stealing them, running upstairs. And then bragging about it to people, and they're all laughing about it. Yeah, yelling and screaming at me. And I'm saying, leave me alone. He comes really close by me and steals them out of my box. After me telling him several times to leave me alone. He's purposely doing these things to agitate me, to get me in trouble with the law. And I've had it. It's 2 o'clock. I want to sleep and I can't rest when he's constantly yelling, constantly dancing, making as much noise as he possibly can. I've had it. I've had it.
There's the door.
Yeah, there's the door. Some disabled woman out the door. Thanks, officers. You're really nice. You're useless. You're useless. He's been bothering me all the time, and you believe him.
What would you like me to do?
I'd like him to be 302'd and get evaluated.
After these cops leave, the following nights afterwards, they would have to show up 2 more times. One of the times, only one officer shows up, and as he's talking to Rev and Shanny, he's basically given the same spiel everyone else has before them. And he's like, hey, you know, I need you to stop doing this, you know, leave Rev alone, I'll ask him to leave you alone, okay? And Shanny, she's basically doing what she did last time, like, oh yeah, I'm the good guy in this situation, Rev's a drunk. But unlike last time, she decides she's going to start flirting with this cop, and the cop, as soon as she begins to do it, picks up on what she's doing. He's probably experienced this a few times, that Shanny is just using him to make Rev jealous. So he immediately exits, and to be honest, at this point, I think someone should have been arrested a long time ago, whether it be Shanny or Rev, because things were getting very dangerous in that house. When they were cutting up things like Yoshi and Rev's jacket, it could have spiked spiraled quickly, and it could have spiraled even more after the coming event I'm about to tell you about. While Rev was live streaming, basically doing what he had been doing the previous days, just hollering down, screaming warts, or walking downstairs and letting the people he's on panel with talk trash to Shanny. And just like the time she charged up the stairs that you guys had saw, she did that again, but this time she decided to Adobe Flash the stream and get Rev taken down. This was a bad move on Shanny's part because now she has looked like the chaotic one at least 3 or 4 times in a row. This would get the cops called again, not by Shanny, not by Rev, but by the countless people who've been calling the cops at least an entire week by this point. But this time, it had some unexpected results for Shanny. She would get 302'd from the house, put on psychiatric hold, which I believe it's 72 hours, or at least that's the norm, leaving Rev heartbroken as the reality of the situation kicks in. And not only did he lose Shanny, he lost far more in the process.
You're really gonna be like, what the hell is this video about? This video is about loss. So why were you weeping, Rev? Why did you come on here making a video like Shanny for Christ? Weeping. Because I just wept for Shannon. Stop, Watermelon, now. Watermelon, would you please stop this? I love you, and you can hang out with me. I'm going to make a video. I feel her right now, because that's how much despair she's in. She doesn't know what's going to happen to her now. And I feel really bad for her with that. Shanny's gone. This is the spot, man. Hey, Kevin. I love you. You want foods? There you go. There you go. There's Ronnie. She's got her stuff in one box. They said to me, just do me a favor, buddy, okay? Don't steal her stuff. I said, I'm not. Why would I steal her stuff? Where the bullshit's over. How did I get there? That the bullshit down there is over, and I don't have to worry about pissing someone off. That's right down there. What led to the chief of police having me right here with 2 people on the phone and explain to me like a father figure, look, you're drinking beer with this room, it's in disorder. And he looked at me and he said it in a whisper because he didn't want to piss off her down there. He said, you gotta talk to your uncle. Because I have. This is the chief talking to me. I've talked to your uncle at length about this now. And he didn't know how bad this was. But I let him know how bad it is. But he said in a hushed voice to me, get her out. The chief of police. But I will tell you that she cornered me in my grandmother's bedroom in here. And she put her butt against the door and sat down and said, I am not moving. You have tortured me for days with sleep deprivation. And now I'm not going to let you sleep. So she parked her butt right in front of this door that was right in my grandma's room. In between Jules and I being on the phone, adult CPS showed up at the door. And I got the woman's card, and Jules has the woman's card too. She asked me about what's been going on here, and she was a very nice woman, extremely nice. I told my story, and Shannon was on the couch just going, well, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. She made it very bad for herself. She looked horrible to this adult CPS worker. That was a bad move. That's why she ain't here now. This adult CPS worker said, I'm going to talk to the cops right now about what's going on here. And that was the push they needed to 302 her. This is what happened. The cops 302'd her. So after I heard the kerfuffle down there with adult CPS, because they called me. They said, Jason, I'm here to talk to you. there's a report on you. I got to talk to you. And I talked to her. And I said, if you want to think I'm blinking 3 times to you, I am blinking 3 times. That woman is insane. And I'm afraid for my life. Bingo. So I go back up here. I start trying to sleep again. And I hear the commotion again downstairs. I'm like, what the hell is this now? And this time it was the cops. And all I heard was the guy came up the steps about here, and he said, hey, Jason, I just want to ask you, you're not going to steal any of her stuff, right? I said, I promise, dude, I'm not going to steal a single thing of hers. No. He said, good. Okay. She's going to be out. She's out now. One more guy comes up the steps, and he says, Jason, I need to talk to you. I don't know who the hell he is. He's a county guy, I think. Tall guy. Skinny. And he goes, Jason, you got to know this place is being condemned. Been condemned. What? Yeah, you have a week. You got to get out.
So after weeks of chaos, one of them finally gets evicted, and it ended up being Shanny for Christ. But as it turns out, not only was Shanny getting evicted, the house was getting condemned, so basically they were both in the same boat, and Rev had to leave in a week too. Now this left a few strings untied throughout this entire ordeal, because you gotta think they have 2 cats. Well, what's going to happen to them? Rev has apparently lined up a man. I believe his name is William, and I'm not sure if it's Shanny's son. That would make the most sense, but I'm not entirely sure at the moment. So thankfully the cats are going to have a home, but at the moment people are actually hoping that Rev speeds that up and gets rid of them faster than a week, because Rev has been doing nothing but drinking this entire time. He no longer has Shanny looking over his shoulder, so he's been pounding the natural ices all day long, making some people believe that he isn't taking the best care of those cats now that Shanny isn't there to scold him. And at the time of recording this video, Shanny for Christ is still on psychiatric hold, and Rev has not looked for a house at all. His hope is that Ezzy actually shows up and whisks him away to take him to a far better place, wherever the heck she lives. Rev doesn't know that much about her, but he's still holding on to that hope. Will it happen? Most likely not. But either way, that's the end of Shanny and Rev's relationship for the time being. And even if they get back together, they will have nothing that they had before. They will have wrecked their entire life, but I guess we'll see when we get there. Either way, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below, use the new hype feature, comment, and I'll catch you guys next time.